Everything in life is complicated. Every story, every situation you're in is complicated. People are complicated.
Lara Logan was once one of the most respected journalists in the world. She stood on the front lines of war, risked her life in the deadliest conflicts, and gave millions of viewers a raw glimpse of reality. But behind her triumphs lies a story so dark, so painful, that it nearly destroyed her. And in the end, one mistake, one scandal, erased decades of sacrifice. Lara's story begins far from the bright lights of television. She was born in Durban, South Africa, in 1971, at the height of apartheid, a country divided by race, where families were ripped from their homes and entire communities erased. She grew up in a world split between privilege and pain. On one side, the safety of her own middle-class home. On the other, the crushing reality of injustice she couldn't ignore. Her parents' divorce and the chaos in her country left her with a deep sense of instability. It was that early pain, the constant feeling of being unsettled, that later drew her to people who had lost everything in war. Even as a teenager, she understood the language of survival. By 17, while most of her classmates thought about school dances, Lara was standing in the middle of riots. She saw police whipping protesters, friends disappearing overnight, and violence that left scars across her city. This was no classroom lesson. This was life in the fire, and it forged in her a dangerous belief that telling the truth was worth any cost. Her career skyrocketed quickly, from local papers to Reuters, and eventually into the world's most dangerous war zones. No safety nets, no backup, just her, a camera, and the chaos of conflict. She ran toward danger when others ran away. Kosovo, Angola, Iraq, Afghanistan, Lara was there. Her reporting wasn't distant or clinical. She lived inside the stories. She connected with soldiers, refugees, and victims on a deeply human level. By 2002, CBS signed her in one of the biggest contracts ever for a war correspondent. She became the network's fearless face of conflict. And again, she nearly lost her life. A landmine in Afghanistan left her unconscious. A sniper's bullet killed the man in front of her. A tank explosion wounded soldiers beside her. Each time, Lara survived and went straight back into the fight. But in 2011, the war zone followed her somewhere she never expected, into the streets of Cairo. Covering celebrations in Tahrir Square, Lara was separated from her crew and dragged into a mob. For 25 minutes, over 200 men beat her, stripped her, and brutally assaulted her. She thought she was going to die. That night changed everything. She survived, but the trauma left wounds far deeper than anything on a battlefield. She battled PTSD, she fought cancer, and just when it seemed she was beginning to heal, another blow came. In 2013, one report, just one, brought her entire career crashing down. Her story on Benghazi relied on a single source who lied. CBS retracted the piece, and Lara's credibility crumbled overnight. From earning $2 million a year and leading the network's coverage, she was pushed aside, silenced, and eventually cut off completely. One of the bravest reporters of her generation was suddenly unwelcome in the very world she had risked everything to serve. And that's when Lara changed. Isolated, disillusioned, she began speaking out, not just against her network, but against the media itself. She claimed powerful forces wanted her silenced, that the truth was being hidden from the public. Some called her a whistleblower. Others said she had lost her way. What's certain is this: Lara Logan was no longer the same journalist the world once knew. Today, she runs her own podcast studio in Texas. She still has an audience, loyal fans who believe she's exposing secrets no one else dares to touch. But she's banned from mainstream networks, her reputation shattered. A career built on courage now hangs under the shadow of controversy. Lara Logan's story forces us to ask, what does it really cost to tell the truth? And what happens when the truth teller becomes the story? Because sometimes the most dangerous battlefield isn't in Iraq or Afghanistan, it's the fight for your own voice. If you found this story powerful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Star News, and let us know in the comments. Do you think Lara Logan was silenced, or did she lose her own way?